Alexis is here too. Okay, welcome to the Team Fit to Love Team Call on August 9th, 2022. I am so happy you're here. Thank you for taking time tonight to be here. And if you're not here in person, but you're listening, awesome as well. So I am really excited about our topic tonight. We are going to be talking about goals. And we talk about goals a lot, right? Like we're always setting goals and we're always talking about goals. But what's really interesting about goals to me is that there's the goals that you set that you commit to and you get, and there's the goals that you say but you don't achieve, right? And so my corporate mentor, I reached out to my corporate mentor actually before Summit. Kyle Parkinson is his name. And I said, Kyle, hey, I want to set up a meeting with you for after Summit to talk about goals or to talk about whatever. But we set it up and he gave me this tool for goal setting that he asked me to do. And so envisioning, we had a really good conversation. And so I don't know about you guys, like how many people here have a vision board of some sort? How many people here? Okay, Rebecca does. Looks like Michelle does. Okay. So I started making vision boards a couple years ago, and I made one at the beginning of this year. Well, I guess I updated my old one. And then I put it away and I didn't look at it for 6 months. And honestly, most of the beginning of this year, I've been fairly in and out of my head. Like it's just, I think I told you last time I was leading a call, like I'm doing therapy right now, trying to sort out some things. So I've just been like, I've been trying to figure out me, right? And so I made this vision and then I put it away and then I didn't look at it. And that's like, number one, if you're going to make a vision board, like look at it every freaking day. Like that's an important step. So I met with Kyle and he was talking about vision stuff. And I'm like, well, I do actually have a vision board. I go, but I want to update it because I don't feel as connected to it right now. Some of the things I wrote down, the timeline had passed to achieve them. And so they were like mocking me. I felt like, and I was like, this doesn't bring me joy, like a vision board. I want it to bring me joy. So I did that. And then he gave me the resource I'm going to share tonight. And he asked me to complete this resource as well. And so I'm going to go over with you what he gave me. I'm going to go over my personal vision board for people who maybe don't have one, to kind of see, because it ties to how I did the task he asked me. And my hope is at the end of this call, you will be inspired to take the challenge on that he gave me, which is to use this thing called the game plan and to make your own game plan and to share it in our team page, or else to choose someone one-on-one if you want your upline coach or your coach buddy or whatever, but to actually use this resource. I don't care if it's publicly or not, but my hope is that if this resonates with you, it's a resource and a tool to drive you forward, okay? In that, I've had a follow-up call with Kyle where the tool, like, it's working for me, but it's not. So I'm also going to share with you a little bit about what I've learned, because I think it's really important. Like people give you tools, but like you got to figure out you. At the end of the day, like just because it worked for this really important person who figured out whatever doesn't mean it's going to work for you until you figure out kind of how to make it work for you. So have that freedom, I think, is the message I wanted to send. All right, so I am going to do a screen share. And it's so weird. Alexis is on here, so Alexis like can feel this with me. Like it's like teaching when we were teaching on Zoom and it was like just dead silent. It's so weird sometimes presenting on Zoom. Okay, so the topic is goal setting, but more importantly, goal achieving. So a lot of, and can you guys see, give me a thumbs up if you can actually see the presentation. Okay, so So there's a lot of goal setting, but is there goal achieving? And that's what today's topic is really trying to get you towards. So when I met with Kyle, he shot this to me, this graphic that you're seeing here to me in my messenger. And he's like, use this and go figure out your goals, basically. I was like, okay. And I will drop this in the Success Club chat and the team page and all the places for you as well. So let's just go over real quick and then I'll kind of tie it to how it worked out for me. So apparently this is like big in the Beachbody corporate right now, by the way, because when I threw this at Kelly, I'm like, hey, I could present this on the team call. She's like, oh, that's funny because my mentor showed me the same thing. So I'm like, okay, I guess Beachbody corporate is on this game plan thing. So anyways, set your goal. What is your goal for the week and how does it align for your 1 month dream? So you can see these goals that we're setting are not long-term goals. You're really looking at 4 weeks or less. Have an action item. So identify 3 action items that you can commit to doing this week that will contribute to helping you achieve your goal. And be really specific about what those 3 actions could be. Decide how you're going to measure your achievement. So what report are you going to use, or how will you track it? How will you know when you hit it? And then the last one was, how are you going to celebrate? So, and honestly, the celebration one, I don't feel like gets talked about as much sometimes with goals. And so I thought that was a difference. I always talk about SMART goals. I mean, I've been like SMART goaled to death at work. Like I honestly, I twitch when I hear the word SMART goal, if I'm being honest. But so celebration is not a part of SMART goals when we talk about them. So that was like kind of different to me. But how will you celebrate? Tangible celebrations are necessary to keep your fire lit. And so that was the idea. So I think pretty basic, right? Goal, 3 actions. How are you going to know if you did it? And celebrate. However, a lot of us, and I've said it so many times, I've set goals and I like literally only do the G step. Like I have the goal and then I just do stuff, right? Like I'm really good at stuff. And like, then I don't even know if I hit the goal. I don't even know any of it. So that's what he gave me. So I personally, so you can go straight in on this. You can go straight in on what he gave, what he gave. I personally wanted to really revamp my vision board first and then kind of take the energy from there to build goals. Like that was really important to me. So I started with this. So I don't know how well you can see this on what you're on. So my vision board is like, obviously I have a ton of things over here on the left that I wrote, but basically I think of like all the areas of my life, my kids, my marriage, my finances, my business, like all the areas, right? And I kind of brain dump, like, what do I want for myself? And so it's comprehensive. And it's not tied to a year necessarily. A few of them are, like some of them are, I want bonuses this year and I want, to save in 2023 or whatever. And I want to make more this year than last year. Like some of it is years, but some of it is like, I am madly in love with my husband. Like madly in love. That's my vision for my life. Right. And I am consistently spending time with God. I'm in tune with my actions and my inner monologue. So not all of it are necessarily like this year must happen. Some of them are more broad. And so then for me, I like to find pictures that kind of like resonate with me. And I know a lot of you are actually on this vision board now because we had such a great time at Summit, which is amazing. And I know a lot of you are going to be in Kansas with me, which is amazing. And so this is kind of my vision board. Oh, by the way, I will say this real quick because I didn't know this. This is now a year old. But when we talk about bonuses, 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and superstar, so 15-star, I was floored the first time someone showed me what those bonuses look like. So this, again, this isn't the most recent. They do a profit sharing with Beachbody, so the numbers change some. But at the time someone gave me this, the 2-star bonus was 800 for the quarter. The 5-star was 2,200. The 10-star, it looks like, was 10,600 that quarter. And the 15-star was 30,700. I didn't know it. I didn't know that those numbers could be that high. And people who are like a 15-star diamond actually earn all those. So like if you're a 5-star diamond, you earn the 5-star and the 2-star. So that was really motivating to me. So that's why I am sharing. Obviously, Beachbody, you know, you got to put in the work. It's not guaranteed. Like I don't have the disclaimer memorized, but I put that on my vision board because I'm like, that's motivating. I am wanting to earn a living at this, you know? So this is my vision board. From there, I'm like, okay, when I think about August, what do I want to achieve? And so I know Alexis is about to laugh. I made this table with boxes because my whole brain thinks in boxes and tables. And I had 3 goals that I had for myself. So my first goal was about I wanted to consistently work my business, specifically the income producing activities, which I see as inviting and follow-ups, right? So I wanted to do that. The second thing I wanted to do is I want to get to my goal weight of 135. I don't even know if 135 is the goal. I don't know. I'm so in my head about this, but anyways, by tracking my food and doing my workout program, Lift More specifically. And number 3 is I want to work on my time management. Okay, so those are the 3 things I want to do in August. If you looked at his thing, it didn't say you had to have 3 goals. This is just me. When I looked at my overall vision, I was like, I would like to move in these areas. I would say more than 3 is excessive, right? Like you do you, but like just having 1 goal and sticking with it it's fine. I'm also still in summer mode right now where I have some flexibility and freedom. If I had just stuck with 1, that's great. I will say the big thing that, you know, I talked about with Kyle and that I just hear over and over is like your vision for yourself has to be beyond your business goals. And so that's why, honestly, like the first one's about my business, but the second one is about I'm personally working really, really hard to figure out myself with some of my health habits. Like it's not even about the business. It's a very personal journey for me. The health goals, and then the manage your time is like huge, like this gigantic thing that impacts all of my life, right? So while you can make direct connections to work from to Beachbody with all these, to me the only one that's truly Beachbody is the first one. The other 2 are actually more personal goals of mine. Yeah, I'll go over that. So let's talk about the first one. So and you guys, most of you know this, I'm trying to do a 1-hour power hour every day. I'm super inconsistent with power hours, so that's actually huge. A lot of you also know I had a very successful day today on sending out share cards. And I'm not saying if you do an hour power hour every day, you get a successful day, but it was kind of nice that the world is like saying, I see you, right? I see you working, and we will recognize that. So that was cool. And so I had 3 action items that I put how I was going to do it. I was going to schedule it into my day. I was going to track it, and I was going to compile a master list of power hour must-dos. Because I get really overwhelmed by like all the things, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know what I need to do. So and then I can just measure by my BAT and my master list. And okay, so then let me just skip celebration for a minute. I'll get back to that. And then for my program, what led to your yeah, Exactly. Thank you, Alexis. And for my program, obviously it's all the lift more stuff, but then I wanted to do 75 hard, but then I opted not. So I created a tracker. I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's similar to 75 hard. And so I'm really trying to just like fully commit, like tracking all my freaking food, not drinking alcohol, drinking a gallon of water a day, like all these things. So anyways, the find a goal pair of pants is like, I literally have stacks of pants in smaller sizes that I don't fit into in my home. So I was like, I should just pull down a pair of pants that I want to fit into that's like one size away and like have it as a goal. So that's all that was. Which Kyle, when he went over it, he's like, that should be your celebration. You should go buy Lululemon pants. And I'm like, I ain't looking for Lululemon. I'm trying to save some money. What you talking about, Bliss? So anyways, don't do it. It's not fun. Okay, so that was that one. And then my third one is about my time management. And I bought a course by Moira Kusaba, who was top coach in 2021. And and I got her planner as well. And she's very big into time management. And so that's what I'm trying to complete there. Okay, so got those. They align with my big goals. I know I'm on the right track. And it came to freaking, let me move this. It came to doing the celebration. Guys, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out a single freaking thing to do to celebrate any of these goals. Like what you see there is total BS. I don't even mean it. I don't want to shop on Etsy. I do want to find a fun recipe, but not as like a reward to myself. Like, I'm like, what is that? I said that I daily meditate. Who am I? No, I don't daily meditate after every BAT. So what? So I met with Kyle and I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I'm like, first of all, I put the 8:15 on all these. I go, it's too aggressive. I go, like, it's like, and he's like, yeah, I thought that. He's like, I was seeing it more as an August goal. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I'm like, second of all, like, I don't know that 3 action items is what I need. Like, maybe just one, like, track the BAT. Maybe if I did that one thing, I'd be doing the 1 power hour a day. And I'm like, maybe your whole game plan of 3, like, ain't what I need there, right? But like, am I hitting the goal? Yes. And we did a lot of conversation. I'm doing a lot of conversation with my therapist as well. I believe I have a perfectionism issue that I didn't realize I had, essentially. And so I think this whole like celebration thing is really foreign to me because I just have never put it into place, and I don't even feel the need to celebrate, honestly. Like, I'm like, why like it's the whole like, why would I reward a child for doing what they should? You know, that argument people have about like raising children, like, well, you're supposed to, you know, put away the dishes, so why would I give you an allowance or whatever? And maybe that's just like in me from how I was raised or something, I don't know. But celebrating me is not like, I'm able to say I did a good job, like I can celebrate that way, but actually celebrating me is just really foreign. And so that's an area that I actually think I need to work on, because it is motivational if you can connect it, right? If you can connect it, it's motivational. Right now, the things you see on this thing, they're not speaking to me. They're not like Now, I will tell you, someone got this sundae with Reese's Pieces and a Reese's cup at a restaurant and posted it on Facebook. And I don't want to reward myself with food, but damn, that looks really good. I will say that. I did happen to see Stupid Sunday, which I'm not trying to reward with food, but holy hell, I was like, I need that in my life. That's literally what I wrote. I need that in my life. So anyways, so I guess I'm trying to share all these things about this for me. And I'm literally like, you can message me any day and say, how are you doing on these 3 or whatever? Like, you feel free to do that. But what I'm trying to say is I did this because Kyle told me to do it, right? And this isn't perfect for me. it's not perfect, and it's not totally, like, I'm telling you, the celebration part has a lot of work. I think there's too many action items. In our call, now this, you guys will find this very ironic now, but in my call with him yesterday, somewhere at the end of the call, we weren't even I think I mentioned I'm at SC2, and he said to me, he goes, when we check in next week, I want you to hit Success Club, but like not 2 more customers. Like I want you to get 3 more customers. And I'm like I don't even have an SC goal. Do you see SC on here? No, like I don't want an SC goal. I'm not looking for that life right now. I'm looking for consistency and action. So we got off the call, and I actually called Kelly. I'm like, dude, I'm annoyed. I don't even like that he did that to me. But which that's why it's funny. Then I signed, well, I maybe signed 3. I have 3 people who might sign today, right? 3 counts out. But the reason I'm saying that is because you guys all have mentors in this business, whoever they are, you know, your upline or friend or whatever. And just because they tell you something's a good idea doesn't mean it's a good idea for you, right? And so like you have that control to try something and adjust it and modify it to make it yours. And you don't have to do what everyone else is doing, and you don't have to do it because your corporate mentor who you've only met with twice gives you some like goal that you don't want to have, right? Like you don't have to meet other people's goals. This is really about you. And so my big hope in today's meeting was that you guys would really see a path where this resource might be useful to you specifically. And maybe it doesn't have to look exactly the same, but that you have a clear set goal for August, that you know what your actions will be to get there. So the rest of the meeting, I actually was going to just kind of let us talk about this and like how could you see this working for you, right? Like what are your thoughts, what's bouncing in your head, and just kind of see, so that when we get off this call in about 15 more minutes, like if you're feeling inclined, you can actually just take action. That's my hope. And since our calls are normally an hour, maybe that's a good thing, right? You can actually get off early and take a little action. So is it okay if I take us off this screen and I'll send that picture? I'll go find it and send it in the SC Club. I think that's easier. I like looking at faces. So I am going to go get it. And if anyone wants to unmute and start sharing, that would be awesome. Do you guys want my, oh, see, how can it be 10 minutes already? That's fine. Okay, do you guys want my copy as well of my goals? Is that helpful or not?
I think it's a
Yeah.
good example.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't give me an example, so I don't know if
I might want gold pants.
right? You
I was
can
like,
come to my closet.
I have clothes that I never want to get back into,
Right. There's that.
which I have a
There's
hard
that.
time getting rid of. Like, what is that about?
Well, yeah. Yep, that's a thing too. All right, so I'm going to place this in right there. Does anyone have some thoughts?
My first thought was I need to do better on my action items for goals. I think I'm similar to you. Like, oh, I have this goal. I want to do this. And it sounds great in the moment, but then what am I doing to get there? Or when the day is, what I'm struggling with a lot right now is my everyday job is very busy, very stressful right now. And so when I do get off work, I don't want to do anything else. Like I really want to just sit here and do nothing or watch TV, or I don't think I even turned the TV on yesterday. Like I did literally nothing. I don't know what I did. So that's my biggest struggles. What am I doing with my time?
I will say one other thing with that is like, I do think if you have the goal and the actions and you know how you're measuring and all that stuff, then you can also be done each day. Like I don't give myself the opportunity to be done most days. Like, and so this working my business for an hour each day, I actually am getting to the end of the hour and I feel done. And I literally never feel that with Beachbody. And or anything in my life, if you want to know the truth. So I think when you're talking about a stressful job, like maybe having that clarity actually gives you that freedom to like, yeah, sit on the couch and not feel guilty about it. Like enjoy the couch, you know?
Trust me, there's no
Sense of
guilt.
accomplishment.
Right. Right. Is there anyone else who wanted to share what you were kicking around in your head?
I think my biggest problem is I'll have the goals and I'll have big goals, but then it seems like the action items are so stacked up and I get overwhelmed. And as soon as I get overwhelmed, I'm out. Like I completely shut down. And so I need to learn how to take the action items and condense it down.
Oh, Michelle, I might need to mute you at this point. Oh, okay.
Was I breaking up?
You were, but I think we got it. I think that makes sense. Like, I think we all do it. We bite off too much. Like, honestly, my goal right now is to work my business 1 hour a day, and it's not easy for me. Like, which is why I've been struggling for forever, right? So make it a goal. Like, if you can't do it, not saying everyone has to do a power hour, but if you can't do a power hour, do a power 30 minutes and be proud of it and be freaking proud of it. Like, stop letting outside sources tell you what you should be doing or should not be doing and start listening to what's going to work for you. So, Michelle, I think that's awesome. Maybe I will challenge you, my friend, to maybe send me whatever your goal is for August, and it better be super simple. Maybe I'll challenge you to that. Okay, Nikki, I saw you unmuted at one point. What's up?
I was just going to say that, since I finished Gut Protocol and I started job one, but then I started traveling, my weekends became really, really busy and I became swamped with work and it just became really unfocused as far as, continuing on with my Beachbody journey. Even though I've been, really intentional with it up until that point, and with going on vacation to California and then immediately jumping into a work trip for another week. And so traveling the last 2 weeks, it's been really hard for me to get back. So I think I just need to, I just need to get back on the horse and start getting up in the mornings, to do my workout and get that done and over with, but then also work the business, finish the training docs because, I'm still a noob. And keep being very intentional with my time. Like, you said time management was a struggle for you. And that's something that I'm working on actually at work, and that I've been able to improve in that area of my life. So I just kind of need to like transcend it into this area. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And the thing is, it sounds like you know what you need to do.
I do. I just need to do
it.
But
I find when I step away from what I need to do, it feels like the jump is like this to get back.
Yeah.
And it's really only this.
Right.
But it feel like because there's so much up here, at least in my brain.
Nope. I'm right there with you.
There's a lot of noise. And I find the best way to silence it is action. Yeah. And so everything you just said is exactly
what I need to do.
Can't wait to see your post in the morning. Maybe that's what I should say to you. Can't wait to see your post in the morning.
Noted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nikki, too, like maybe you just pick one or two things so that doesn't feel like that gap is so big. It's here. Because that's I'm same way, but even with work being stressful right now, that's the one thing I have been able to stay committed to is at least my own journey. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was a little sketch, but I did get my workout done in the afternoon, which is completely backwards. I never do it in the afternoon. So that was a success because past me would be like, and that's not happening now.
I was the same way.
But now
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I just right after work, I did it.
Yeah, I
So
was the
then,
same way.
maybe you start doing that and then you add in, now I do a post about my business, or now I add in some invites
Yeah.
a couple days later. So it's a little bit smaller jump.
Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
should listen to myself.
You really should.
I was gonna say, so in my therapy session yesterday, it was a really good session, but essentially my therapist and I both think that I am dealing with the ADHD, which I thought I was, but like we kind of deep dived on a lot. And so the reason I'm sharing, and I'm very early on, I think I'm going to start pursuing this medically and see diagnosis wise and all these things. But I'm sharing this because I shared with you my vision board, and I shared with you how I interpreted this assignment. But honestly, things get way too big for me too. I make them way too big, way too complicated. There's so much in my brain. You saw that vision board. You saw how complicated it was or whatever. And so I don't want you to leave this. Yeah, so you're on the, you know some things, Lisa. I don't want to leave this meeting with you thinking what I did is the example, because it's honestly not it's an example, and it's a way you can do it, but it's not the way. And honestly, I think there's too much in my head. I need to strip some of it down. So when I showed you that there's 3 goals there, I'm looking at it through different eyes today, and I'm saying that really is a lot. Maybe I would have been better with just one. And so I really want to leave you, because we have a minute left. I want to leave you with this, just like, to you, like, don't feel you're not living up to Laura or Kyle or whoever else that you're thinking of. You're moving your own needle, and whatever that means, that's what works. It's not about this exact perfect formula. So I hope today helps someone. I hope this was meaningful. I do need to take a picture very fast. And are you guys ready? It's just a picture, so just smile. There we go. And I love you. I'll see you next week. And I think Kelly will be back. Bye.